Hello, my chosen ones, star seeds and neurodivergents. I hope you're doing very well today. As always, you already know the rules. Everything always works out for us. Today, I have my water. Guys, make sure you're drinking water or your tea. Remember, that is part of being a chosen one, is taking care of this 3D avatar, okay? As I was saying, we're going to be talking about the timeline review, or as I personally like to call it, timeline surgery. Now, typically, as a chosen one, I don't like to talk about the old frequencies that I've been exposed to. But this time around, because we're doing timeline surgery, we're going to go back in time. There's a lot of core memories in our lives, chosen ones. Have you ever thought about that? Maybe the first time you ever got a cake, if you grew up poor. Or maybe everyone had Jordans and you remember getting your first set because that's what made you cool at the time. Those core memories are pretty normal. And there's no strange things around them or any type of discomfort. And sometimes they were bad. Meaning, instead of them buying you the Jordans that you wanted, maybe they bought you some Shaqs, or they bought you some dress shoes and told you that's what we could afford. And you always questioned it, but you followed the rules anyway. It goes deeper than that. I know you have a core memory of being attacked unprovoked by the undercover narc, the narcissist, the snake. And that core memory definitely hits hard, because that was one of the core memories that opened your eyes to certain things in this life. You're sitting there wondering, why did you get attacked and you didn't even provoke these people? They smiled in your face. Meanwhile, they plotted behind your back. And the crazy thing is that you're always looking out for everyone, because you believe that everything always works out for you. So, why not just help everyone around you? But the undercovers, the snakes, the demons, whatever you want to call them, the ops, sat there and they plotted behind your back. And I know you remember, because as I said, we're doing timeline surgery, and that is a core memory for what sparked a lot of what is going on right now in your life. Now, when you think about it, you realized that there's only one way to know that you were truly chosen, because a person that's not chosen is not attacked so brutally and so meticulously, especially when they're just living their lives and trying to have a good time, because that's what God's source wants us to do. Isn't it true that the universe has been around for eons, millions of years? We're only here on this earth maybe 98 years max, which means we only have about 90 years to max out on having as much fun as we can on Earth plane before we return to the stars. And it just so happened that the people that attacked you didn't understand that. Because in hindsight, when we all leave the earth, what was the point of attacking someone who did nothing to you? Now that we're in the core of the surgery, my chosen ones, I want you to know that these attacks weren't for nothing. They were attacking you because of your strength. You're very artistic. You're good with finances. You're extremely good with physical fitness, self-direction, self-discipline, initiative, and almost pristine judgment. But they look down on you, chosen one. And they attacked you. So here you are, proven to be forged by mithril or adamantium, metals that they can't even realize exist in our world. So, going on forward, we know that some other memories happened. We remember the time where we was riding a motorcycle and it crashed and we got scraped up. We remember the time where we got in trouble for things we didn't even do and we just brushed it off. But the snake was amongst us the whole entire time, blaming us for their mess ups and their mishaps and their lack of responsibility while we sat there and took the blame. But no more, chosen ones. Once we start doing surgery and we start dissecting and start realizing that none of those things were our fault, and God source made us perfect in divine mind, that's when we realize that we were chosen. It's no coincidence that they attacked us, my chosen ones. They tried to slow down our success. But the only one that actually controls anything that goes on here is God source. For we don't even know if we're gonna wake up tomorrow, my chosen ones. But through God's source, we thrive and we bloom like a rose inside of a concrete structure. The surgery is done, my chosen ones. Just know that you can always rewrite the wrongs that these people have done by forgiving them and being the best version of yourself that you can be with whatever resources that you have currently. But as long as you're drinking your water, drinking your tea, and watching me, your mentor, your friend, your chosen ones, then we will all thrive together because you are the friends you keep. I'll see you around, my chosen ones. Peace.